We're glad to have you back. Nigeria's food system is facing significant challenges with issues such as food insecurity, malnutrition, and the effect of climate change posing major concerns. However, there is a growing recognition that entrepreneurial skills can play a crucial role in addressing these challenges and bridging the gaps in the food system. By leveraging innovative approaches, entrepreneurs can develop sustainable solutions that not only improve food access, but also promote economic growth. For more perspectives now, I'm being joined by the Chief Executive Officer of Moped Foods, Mrs. Roberta Oyedokun. Thank you so much. It's good to have you on the studio.
Same here. Really happy to be here.
And I'm always impressed when I see entrepreneurs like you because, yes, I think that is really the way to go. You empower the whole country, backbone of the economy. So let me start on that note. Well, it's a good one. But with the current situation of our country, how has that affected specifically the baby food industry which you operate in?
Okay, so the way that the economy has affected baby food industry is the way that it has affected every other thing that's about our lives. For example, the rising cost of raw materials. You want to buy raw material now, it is like triple the cost of what it was today. And then you want to do expansion, and the cost of getting the equipment is on the rise. And then let's not go close to the diesel cost. The problem with all of this is that it makes the product more expensive. So a lot of Nigerians are not able to, who were able to afford the product, maybe sometimes last year, might not be able to afford it, or might be thinking of other unhealthy options. You know, so this is where the crisis come in, because children need good food. They need healthy food. Their body system doesn't know that there is economic crisis. They just want to eat healthy foods. So where these healthy foods are not accessible, are not affordable, this is all of the crisis that we are having. But we say to them, you can't cut costs when it comes to children food. They really need the healthy option. So instead of cutting costs in this area, we have other things that we've done to make the product accessible and affordable to the average mother, which I believe we will discuss.
You're going to tell us about that, because we need to know that, because how are Nigerian local content producers like yourself, you know, navigating the business climate, and how can government support businesses like yours? Okay,
so the way I like to think that a lot of experiences that I have had before starting Moped has really prepared me for the role. Because right now there are decisions that we are taking today to mitigate anything that will happen between now and December. So we use data, we forecast, and we use a lot of professional strategies to mitigate things that will happen in the future. That is one. And sometimes last year we also switched to renewable energy. Yes, so a lot of our production is done with renewable energy. So this not only makes the product affordable, it also saves the earth. So the environment, we are not polluting it, we are keeping it green. And I can tell you that from the time that we started Moped 3 years ago till now, the product has not gone beyond 25% increment in price. So these are some of the things that we are doing to make the product affordable. Then when you talk about how the governments could support us and come in, I would just say, out of all of the English that we speak, just give us power. Because when you give people power, there is electricity. People don't have to buy diesel. It's just a lot of restriction going on there if there is no light and all of that. So just fix power first of all, then we can talk about any other thing.
I know how much it is to run this place on diesel.
Exactly.
What it means, a liter for almost 1,500.
I'm sure the arts rate will drop if the power was.
I must tell you, yes, I will make more money, I'm sure. Good point you really made there. But let's not talk about securing licenses and approvals. That is also something that small businesses complain about. How did it go? SON and all.
Okay, so, you know, we recently, to be in the market, we first started with NAFDAC. And we, fortunately for us, we've always had it very good with the regulatory bodies. But after we got our NAFDAC, we wanted to be certified with safety. We wanted to not just tell people that the product was good and that the product was quality. We wanted to prove it. So to do that, we went to the SON. And you know, when it comes to SON, they are about systems, they are about excellence, and they are about quality. So we went to them, and this thing that they want to do is what really resonates with us, what we wanted to do, because we at Moped, we wanted to give children food that is not just natural, but food that is healthy, food that is nutritious, that provides the essential nutrients that they need to grow and thrive. And so when we went to SON to say, come check our processes, come teach us, come show us, so they came to us and they put those systems in place for us. They guided us to put the systems in place. And so when we are fully confirmed, we were then certified as SON certified, which we are really proud of.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
As a small business.
well, take us through how this broken, or how the broken food system in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Now, with instances of first and second-hand experiences, take us through how it's been.
Okay, so when it comes to the food system in Nigeria, I did not really understand how broken it was until I became a mom. Because I had a daughter. Who, some children don't react to chemicals in food physically. They react maybe in their body, maybe they are not growing well, and a lot of other disorder that these things cause. So I like to start from the chemicals in children's food that is causing disorder and also causing malnutrition. So my daughter had a lot of, we were going to the hospital almost on a weekly basis. We didn't know what the issues are. And even the doctors were not able to discover that this child was suffering from additives and chemicals in the food until after like a year. So when we discovered that this is the issue that the child was having, then I now discovered that almost all the baby food on the shelf has one additive or the other, chemicals, artificial coloring, preservatives, and a whole lot of others. And if the natural ones were available, they were not accessible, because as a working mom, you just want to pick something up from the shelf. So when I had that experience, we had to start from home, making meals for her. I didn't want other parents to have that experience. We wanted to provide something on the shelf that you can pick up that is nutritious, that is healthy, that provides the essential nutrients that the child needs to grow and thrive. And also that is accessible. If you go to all the top shops in the country, you can find it. And that was how Moped was born.
Wow, beautiful story. But the fake product business, what can be attributed to the economy and all of that. But what do you make of it? Has that affected your business in any way? That's the fake guys that do this fake products.
Okay, yes. So I think when it comes to producing fake products, it's two things. That the bad guys are there to produce it, and also there are people willing to buy it. For example, you go to the market and you discover that this thing is extremely cheap, and they tell you there is apple inside, there is bananas inside.
It looks too cheap.
Exactly.
You need to look at what you're buying.
If I'm telling you that there is bananas and apple and strawberry in this baby food, and I'm giving you at a ridiculous price, you should know that. How much is bananas?
Where did that banana come from?
So some of these things are additives. They are additives and chemicals just formulated for children. So people should be mindful of what they are buying. Don't just pick stuff. Check the ingredients. What is in the content? Is it bananas or bananas flavors? So when you begin to look through all of these things, you will be able to find out that, oh, this one is fake, or this one is not quality. And also there are some that might not even be fake, but they are not healthy for your child, because we are having a whole lot of food crisis in the world right now, food insecurity that is not giving manufacturers enough raw materials to make a product, so they just have to do with additives and chemicals and stuff like that. But we are in Nigeria and we farm a lot, and we have raw materials and we have fruits, so your child does not have any reason to take additives in place of original. And that is what we offer at Moped.
I'm now looking at food manufacturers. What challenges would you say they face the most if you had to look at it, and how can they navigate these challenges successfully?
So, like I said earlier, the biggest challenge that most manufacturers face is power. So I will advise a lot of people. We had that when we came on board, but what we did was we source equipment that are renewable energy
That's a lot of investment
compatible. It is, but the thing is, when I came into the industry, if I had the knowledge that I had today, I would have done far better off, because you want to buy generators, it costs a lot. The same money you could also use to invest in renewable energy, even if it has to be like for some part of the operation, not all, you know. So, and also they need to forecast. You need to listen to data. What is the data talking about? You don't just sit back. You know, a new government is coming in. You have to start strategizing about that. You know, once there is a news, you guys pull out the news. You don't just watch news as news. News now means a lot to you. You have to analyze it. You have to have a professional that interprets it. And what should you do if this goes like this? What should you do if this goes like that? And do it before even the thing happens. So that, because most of the time what happens is that those things happen and you can't survive it. But if you plan for it, you'll be able to survive it.
Are there existing government or private support for businesses like yours that maybe that are unknown? And aside that, I'm also thinking, do you guys get to tap from the likes of CBN, BOI funds for your businesses?
Okay, so I haven't tapped from any of them yet, just yet. But maybe that is because I've not really gone to meet them. And that is, maybe it could also be because they are not accessible to SMEs.
But I think BOI, go ahead.
Yeah, so, but I know when I started, I like to give credit to the Technology Incubation Center at Agege. When I started, they helped me through my NAFDAC registration. They supported us. They incubated us for about a year. So I think they are really doing some great stuff in that place. So we've also had trainings from, I think we had trainings from CBN export trainings, which also led to me.
Have you started exporting? Not yet?
We've done everything. By next month, we'll start exporting to the United States.
We need to start seeing Nigerian products on the shelf abroad. And
you show.
That's what it should be.
You will see more soon, because we just got our FDA license to run in America. We are also working in the UK.
Good.
So in the next few months, we should be in Europe and America.
That's a good one, honestly, because I followed the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. I think I went to Kigali at the time, where there's this export house for Nigeria. You know, they established one too in Kenya. You know, and I think there's one in China. So if we can do all of this and put our products there, at least it will help us a little. This is our FX challenge. Well,
we will help Nigeria.
It will help the country.
We will help Nigeria. We are working on massive exports, so we need all the support from all the government agencies that are responsible for that. So we are really working towards it.
Yes, I'm sure they are listening. They will do their best. But currently, let me ask you, how easy is it to be profitable? Not cut corners, meet quality and standards. That is one thing I like to ask business people.
When I came into the business, I have, sometimes it is other business people that will tell you, oh, why are you trying to do the right thing? The right thing don't work in Nigeria. I've had a whole lot of that. We have some wholesalers and distributors come to you. I want to invest in this business, but you're doing real. Real is not going to sell because it's going to be a little expensive. Can you just mix up some additives and let's just roll it, because Nigerian people want something cheap. But we've designed from the beginning that we wanted to provide healthy meal to people who really want it and who wants to afford it. We've done it. It's become like passion for me. It's not even about the money anymore. Like, I don't want any child to experience what my daughter experienced. Because of that, we are focused on making sure that the Nigerian raw materials are being put to use for the Nigerian child and is now exported to the world so that the economy can be stable.
Very interesting conversation, I must say. But being fairly a food manufacturer, do you run maybe a mentorship platform program? You need to share this knowledge. Don't keep all of this to yourself. And what? Tell me about that. You need to advise partnerships and food manufacturers like you.
When I started, I didn't have any mentorship, and I made a lot of mistakes in terms of the machines that were acquired that weren't needed or wrong raw materials, and a lot of mistakes that I made that cost us a lot of millions of naira. So because of that, a lot of people are scared of coming into manufacturing because it looks like, oh my God, this is just difficult. But I say to them that it is easy, you can actually do it. So I started a Become a Manufacturer program on my social media pages. I don't know if I can mention it. Just look for my name. My name is Engineer Roberta Edu across all social media platforms. So you come in, I'll take you through, and I've actually taken about 10 people through that are actually in the process of acquiring their own NAFDAC license to go public. So all those mistakes that you could I've made in the beginning will help you make sure that you don't make them, and how to start, where to start, and so on and so forth.
Where do you see yourself in a few years?
I see mopeds being exported to, sitting on the shelf of top supermarkets all over the world, and reducing the malnutrition statistics in Nigeria, and also making sure that renewable energy becomes a thing among manufacturers.
Forward thinking, I really like that. I must thank you so much, Mrs. Roberta Oyedokun. She's the CEO of Moped Foods. We hope to have you again. Good story from you, honestly. We need to hear good stories like this, that we can still make it.
Yeah.
We're resilient people. You know, dogged people in this country.
Of course.
We can still do well.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I love being here.
All right. Well, let's take a break, and we'll get